Young people have no idea what their parents do every day while they are at school. That's why some countries have a special day that they call Take Your Child to Work Day. For one day of the year, parents take their children to work so they can see exactly what kind of work they do.
That's a good idea. What does your dad do, James?
He works in a department store. He sells clothes.
Michael?
Both my dad and mom work in a hotel.
Both my dad and mum work in some kind of office.
We really don't know much about what our parents do.
Hey, why don't we all ask our parents to have a Take Your Child to Work Day so we can see what they do?
That's a good idea.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mum.
Mrs. Grant.
Hi. What's a good idea?
Take your child to work. It's a good idea.
We were watching this program, Take Your Child to Work Day.
Yes, and we found it very interesting. Mum, I don't really know much about what you and Dad do at work.
If our parents take us to work, then we can see exactly what kind of work they do.
Mum, do you think you can take me to work for one day?
Why not? I think that would be a very good idea. That way you can see all of the hard work that I do to help support the family.
I do know, Mum. When can I go?
Well, maybe next week. But I would have to ask my boss first. There shouldn't be any problems, though.
Thanks, Mum.
And what about you two? Are you interested in going to work to see what your parents do as well?
Yes, I am. I'll ask my dad or my mom to take me to work.
Yes, I'm interested too.
Great. We'll all go to work for a day.
Here's to us.
Work for a day.
In the office.
Okay, here we are. This is my office. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is my desk here. I'm a personal assistant for the company boss, Mr. Thompson.
Right.
Let's see his schedule. Okay, let me introduce you to Mr. Thompson now. Let's go
Okay.
over this way. Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Good morning, Janet. And you must be Emma. I hope you enjoy seeing what kind of work your mother does.
Thank you for letting me come here.
You're welcome.
Mr. Thompson, you have an appointment at 9:30 with Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Janet. Can you send him in when he gets here?
Sure, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you.
Emma? There you go. Okay.
What do you do in your job, Mum?
Well, I'm Mr. Thompson's personal assistant. I help him to arrange all kinds of things. Let's see here. Thompson Company, Janet speaking. How may I help you?
This is James Wilson. I'd like to speak to Mr. Thompson.
All right, Mr. Wilson, I'll put you through. Mr. Thompson, Mr. Wilson is on the line for you. There you go.
Good morning, Janet.
Oh.
I'm here for a meeting with Mr. Thompson.
Good morning, Mr. Brown. He's expecting you. If you'd like to follow me this way, please.
Thank you.
Come in.
Mr. Thompson, Mr. Brown is here to see you now.
Oh, please send him in.
Yes, of course.
Janet, could you reserve the conference room for our meeting at 2:30 this afternoon?
Certainly, Mr. Thompson. This way, please, Mr. Brown. You come in this way, please.
Good morning.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Brown. How are
Nice to see
you?
again.
You too. You're looking great. Well, I've called you all here today for a very special meeting, but I'd like to get your ideas on the thoughts of the next project. So, what do you think about it? Perhaps you could make some notes for Janet to write down.
Delivery of the computer parts to Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, yep. Computer parts to Taiwan. So that's very important. That's our #1 project for today. So I think you should bear that in mind.
Do you have to write everything down?
Yes. When people discuss things in meetings, we need to keep a record of everything that was discussed. So we call this record the minutes. Later, after I've typed this up, I will send a copy to everyone who was present so they can remember everything that was said. Okay. Do you have this one here?
Well, if we're all agreed on that, I propose that we call an end to the meeting.
Yes.
Janet, could you file this for me, please?
Yes, Mr. Thompson. And I will type up the minutes of the meeting for you later.
Thank you.
What does lot of interest from young people and their parents in the Take Your Child to Work Day. For one day of the year, parents take their children to work so they can see exactly what kind of work they do. So let's meet some of the young people who have done just that. Have they learned anything?
We discovered more about the jobs our parents do.
Yeah, we also discovered how to organize things in order to do them well.
We learned what sort of things we have to do and what sort of things we have to say to customers.
And how to sell. You can sell more if you say the right things.
Yeah, these are some of the things we've learned.
Do you want to see us at work?
Yes, I do. What do you do in your jobs? Let's watch.
I'm a personal assistant to the company boss. Mr. Thompson, you have an appointment at 9:30 with Mr. Brown.
Ah, thank you, Emma. Can you send him in when he gets here?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thompson Company Limited, Emma speaking. How may I help you? Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Come in.
Mr. Thompson, Mr. Brown is here to see you.
Please send him in.
Mr. Brown, this way, please.
Hello, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Thompson.
Well, if we're all agreed on that, I propose that we call an end to the meeting.
Yes.
Emma, could you file this for me, please?
Yes, Mr. Thompson. And I will type the minutes of the meeting for you later.
Thank you very much.